Hello! Hello, hello! What have I gotten myself into? Hello, I'm back. I have returned. Once again. For another Twitch.tv stream. I have not done this in a while, and I am sorry, but I was busy, so I get a pass, okay? Happy New Year, by the way. It's still January, so... Happy New Year, I guess. And, today, you can immediately tell, I assume, if you've seen my other streams, that, things are different. Like, myself. I look a lot different. And we'll get into that. Because this is the start of Season 2 of NeatNat. That's right. It's Season 2. So, just so y'all know, I got this idea from a YouTube streamer named Fiznom, who does a lot of different types of streams, but mostly gaming related. It's mostly just playing video games. But I saw their idea for a Season 2, and I was thinking, you know what, that would be a great way to come back to streaming with. So, here I am, doing streaming again. But now, things look a little bit different. So, I guess I should just get right into the changes, right? I have not really... I have planned for this, but I haven't really planned a whole lot. I just kind of planned, like, general gist of what I'm doing, as well as slides. I prepared slides. So, I guess we'll just start, you know? I guess... Yeah, let's go ahead and start. Welcome to Season 2 of streaming. Wahoo! Also, welcome Kara's offline. I should have said that at the beginning of the stream, but I'm saying it now. Woohoo! Welcome to Season 2! Season 2 of NeatNat. I made this little, Sorry, seeing all the stock people going, yeah, it's really funny. I want one of those excited guys as an emote. I'm not affiliate yet, so I want to spam it so bad. Well, there's gotta be some sort of excited emote, right? I don't know, yeah, I don't... Well, just do it? Yeah, just become affiliate. Yeah, I'll email Jeff Bezos with that, for that. So, Season 2, I'm gonna explain that a little bit. All of the streams I have done up until this point has been Season 1. I'm gonna skip this song. There we go. This is a better song for the vibe, I guess. Everything before this stream was Season 1, so old design, old stuff, old games we played, that's all Season 1. Which, by the way, you can view all of... Die. Did I just... Oh! What is happening? Get out of here, and how do I unpin this? Ah, jeez. Unpin that message. There we go. I did it! Okay. I tried to do that, OBS almost crashed. Just do it. Just do it. It's that easy. Just do it. Anyways, so, basically, Season 2 is going to be a start of more games that we're going to play, as well as a couple changes that are going to happen, and I'll get into those right now, starting off with the redesign! So, as you can tell, my character looks different now. As well as my profile picture. My profile picture also updated. I did that right before the stream. I had that profile picture for a while, but I waited to update it on stuff like Twitter and Tumblr and Twitch until I am about to announce the new character design, basically. And the new character design is, personally, in my opinion, a bit better. As well as you probably noticed when I moved to the streaming tab thing, whatever I have on OBS, the streaming layout. I have cool transitions now, a cool little warp transition between the two, as well as I have a little inner border that was not there during Season 1 of streaming, as well as you probably noticed. Starting soon! The starting soon is now different than it was last time. That was a cool transition. Thank you! So, that's kind of a lot. The biggest aspect of streaming this, as like Season 2, is this, basically. So, I hope y'all like this, because it's gonna stick for a bit. And next up in my presentation, let me get it up. Games. It's a lot of games. I'm gonna be playing a lot of games in Season 2. Let me just, these are just the ones. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'll be able to play all these games. Chances are, I probably won't be able to. But, this is the game, like, these are the games I'm hoping to, get to during Season 2, and, how am I gonna play more Sonic Frontiers? The game's getting updates! The game's getting updates this year. They're gonna make a whole new frickin' campaign with new playable characters. Like, end of 2023. That's how I'm gonna play more. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Yeah. So, let me just run through the games here. Sorry, the music was a little bit loud. I'm gonna turn it down. So, games here. First of all, elephant in the room, Celeste. I didn't beat Celeste last time. I never beat Celeste last time. I'm going to this time! I swear! I swear I'm gonna beat Celeste this time. I'm hoping to get Sam back for the streams as well, but that is uncertain if he cares enough. As well as Everhood, which is one that I was going to also do last time, but I didn't. I actually need to watch your Celeste VOD and see how far you got. I think I got into the 4th? Yeah, I think I got into the 4th area. I'm not entirely sure. The last thing I did was, the mansion level. But, sorry for the spoilers. So, Everhood, that's one I have to do. That's one I've been meaning to do. Next up... So you just beat the 4th, yeah. So, next up after... Also, it was a hotel. Shut up. Next after Everhood is Halo Master Chief Collection. I might not do this in the order I was I might not do this in the order I was originally planning, to be honest. Because chances are, I'll just be like, oh, I want to play Later Alligator next, which is another game that I'm planning on streaming. Bloons TD6, because my younger brother is forcing me to... Hades, which looks like a lot of fun. Sonic Adventure, which I have in my Steam library and I've been meaning to play. The Sims 4, which is a game that was free on Steam, or is free on Steam now, so I want to play that, because that sounds like fun. And Ape Escape. Ape Escape music immediately started playing as soon as I got to Ape Escape. That was good timing. I kind of want to play, like, the whole franchise, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. So we'll see about that. But the entire Ape Escape, I was gonna be shocked if you forgot Ape Escape. Yeah, no, I definitely played all in one stream. How long is the original Ape Escape, actually? I'm gonna look that up. 1 second, I'm gonna just quickly go and... I'm gonna quickly go find that. Hold on. So, like, it's like 7 to 9 hours long. That's, like, the original first one, according to howlongtobeat.com, main plus extra is 9.5 hours. So, just do, like, a 12-hour stream, you can probably beat them all. I just said that the first one is, like, 9.5 hours long. These are long games, if you speak... Yeah, sure. That sounds like a great idea. Next up, after what? You ever start a sentence and then realize that's not how you want to start a sentence? I do that way too much. Basically, this game is not, like this screen is not a definitive... Welcome, Yggdrasil Q. Speaking is hard. I 100% agree. I wish I could do it good, but I can't, unfortunately. But yeah, welcome to stream. We're just talking about what games I aim to play in this Season 2 of streaming, because I kind of just updated everything for streaming. And this here is not a definitive list of games I will stream. It is a list of games I want to stream, and I might, like, I'll definitely throw in some extra ones in there, and I might not get to some of these, but... practice might not take perfect, practice might not make perfect, but it might make adequacy. Yep. Unfortunately, I've been practicing my whole life and I'm still not good at it. But, so, after this slide, we have... Let me get it up. Something... very, very, very good that I did not have last time. Schedule a stream once per week. Hopefully. I'm planning on streaming on just every week on one day of the week. So, like, maybe not every weekend, because today is not a weekend, it is Wednesday, but... like, you know, I'm hoping to stream once per week, because last time I went on entire month-long so, this is not a good first impression for how I talk. I went on 1 month hiatuses. There we go, that's how you speak words. I went on entire 1 month hiatuses last time. like, during October when I was planning on streaming, like, scary games or whatever the entire month, and I streamed once. Like, did one horror stream, and then one stream where I just watched the Mario movie trailer while sick. And that's it. I'm hoping not to do that. I'm hoping not to do that. Didn't you get sick? Well, yeah. But still. I wasn't I wasn't sick the whole month, is the thing. Yeah, so you wouldn't have been able to stream anyway. Well, I streamed the Mario movie one, and that was kind of like one of the worst. Like, that was kind of like one of the lower points in my sickness that month. But now, hopefully, with this new schedule of playing or streaming once a week, hopefully I'll be able to not only get through all of the games on the previous screen, but also a ton more. Or who knows, maybe I'll just play Elden Ring the whole year. We never know. We never know. we never know. So, next up, the final slide I have, which isn't really an announcement, but movies tier list. I'm gonna be, for the rest of the stream, hopefully, around the rest of the stream, I will be doing a tier list of every single movie I saw in 2022. Now, this is not going to be every movie I saw in 2022 that released in 2022. Just movies that I saw. So, like, there's going to be older movies, and, like there's going to be a lot of movies that did not release in 2022. I believe I saw, like, 2 movies that released in 2022. Sang? No, it's not a combination of Sonic and Aang. It's Blue Avatar. First on our list is Blue Avatar. So. Oh, I was thinking Sans and Aang. Yeah, that probably makes more sense. Okay, so. Here, I have a list of every single movie I saw in 2022. I have Avatar, Dungeons & Dragons, Encanto, Eternals, Finding Nemo, that's what? A couple movies? 20-something movies. Twilight, can't say I expected that one. Okay. I'll get into why I saw Twilight this year. That'll come later, though. First, I think I'm gonna get the, Marvel movies out of the way real quick. I'm gonna start with, let's start with Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 will be a good one to start with. Spider-Man 2 gets a... This is the first one and I'm not sure. I think... High B. I think High B... Hey, that's a Sony movie. Well, now you mention it, I gotta put an S for Sony. No, I think Spider-Man 2 gets a high B. Here's the thing. I have a weird relationship with this movie. The first time I saw it, I gave it a 2 out of 10. I despised it. And then I watched it again, and it was like, it wasn't bad. So, that gives me the question, how bad of a mood did I have to be in to give this movie a 2 out of 10? I don't understand how on earth I was in such a terrible mood that I had to give the movie a 2 out of 10. And then I rewatched it, and I think I gave it like a 7. Like a 7 or an 8. Which, I think is definitely more fair. It's a good movie. It's a good... Does it go in A? I watched quite a few good movies this year, actually. So, should it go in A or should it go in B? I'm gonna leave it in B for now. High B, though. High B. It was a very, very good movie. B for good movie. I stole that joke from Snapcube. No one tell on me. Okay, so after, well, not after. I'm just gonna do. I'm not doing this in chronological order of when I saw these movies. Younger me would have some words for this. I apologize, younger you. But unfortunately, Spider-Man 2 is just not my favorite movie, and I despise, absolutely hate MJ in these movies. Not just MJ, everyone. Everyone is a terrible person, and the most likable person in these movies, like in Spider-Man 2, is Otto. Or like Otto Octavius's wife. Like, no, I just... I keep forgetting I have, I keep forgetting that I have... Sorry. I keep forgetting I have, for my expressions for my character is tied to the numpad. So I didn't notice that I was typing in the tears. Okay, so... Everyone is a piece of crap in Spider-Man 2. To the point where it's not even fun to watch. That's why I had such a miserable time watching it the first time. When I watched it the second time, I could, like, overlook it because the movie is solid. But the first time, I guess I was just in a super bad mood, because when I watched it, it was miserable. It was miserable, because I was just sitting there trying to enjoy the movie, and there's just these scenes of, like, MJ being, like, not super, not super great, and, like, it doesn't, I believe it's at the end of the second movie, where she breaks up with Peter and starts dating another guy, and then at the end of the movie they're about to get married, and then she leaves the guy at the altar to go to Peter. That's... what kind of... what? I believe that was the, second one. No, was it the third one? Was it the... Is my brain playing tricks on me? I believe it was the second one. Was it the third one? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was the second. Yeah, no, okay, that was the second. Frick MJ. You don't do that. You just don't do that. You just don't do that. That's not... It's not something you do. And it's... even in, like... Oh! Camila Leo! Hello there, welcome to the stream! Thank you for following. How are you? I am okay. I am doing a tier list of every movie I saw in 2022. She's a flawed character. I get that. I get that she's a flawed character. But, like... she's just, like... so... she's just, like, very little redeeming qualities in that movie. She's, like... in the first movie, I rewatched the first movie, not long ago. It's not on this list, because I saw it at 2021, but... here's the thing. In the first movie... like... she cheats on Harry, which... later at the point it's revealed that Harry's a bit of a jerk, so it's not as bad. But, like... it's, like, implied that they aren't just, like, that MJ likes Harry for, like, who he is, and then she just, like, basically cheats on Harry by, like, flirting with Peter and then kissing Spider-Man in an alleyway. I don't know. Which types of games do you usually play? I followed you on Twitter. I usually play a variety of games. Hold on, let me actually just bring up my list. This right here is the list of games that I'm aiming to play, like, this year. Or at least until the end of Season 2 and into Season 3. So, like, Bloons TD6, Halo Master Chief, Hades, Sonic Frontiers, Everhood, A Short Hike, Apescape, Sonic Adventure, Later Alligator, and The Sims 4, and Celeste. Those are the types, like, those are the games that I want to play. It's like a variety of different games. Thank you for following me on Twitter, by the way. There's a whole undercurrent of MJ being raised in a broken home, leading to her having trouble maintaining relationships and being constantly failed by the men in her life, Harry in 1, Peter in 2, due to emotional unavailability and hiding things, etc. But that doesn't mean she don't do some bad crap. You know what? That is, yeah, you are right. There is reasons for, like, why she doesn't, like, she isn't the greatest, like, person, or she doesn't handle things the best, or, you know. And I understand that. But personally, I don't think that should be a justification for leaving someone at the altar. But you know, you're right. I think I might just give MJ too much crap in these movies. I do that, like, I complain about, like, whenever Spider-Man 2 is brought up, I always kind of, like, get annoyed at MJ in the movies, which... sorry. Hold on, let me drink some water. Hashtag hydration check. So right. But yeah, MJ just kind of, like... She does some stuff in the movies that personally it just doesn't mesh well with me. And then Peter is also a bit... Like, Peter is also not the greatest. And Harry just kind of sucks. And it's not... Everyone's a little bit of a jerk in these movies. And the thing is, it would be a lot easier to swallow if they didn't all look like 30 years old. Because these are supposed to be, like, teenagers to young adults. And they're just not at all. So, like, that's kind of my biggest problem with, like, that's a very, like, big reason on why I can't really, like, understand it as much, considering that, like, they look old enough to be, like, have known that that's not a good thing to do. They're supposed to be in, like, early 20s, you know, when you're growing and actually learning how to relationship. Yeah. It like, otherwise, it just kind of feels like if they actually looked younger, then I would buy it a bit more. But if they don't. They look quite old. Anyway, I digress. I think, you know what? I think high B works. High B, I'll change it around when we get to, I'll change it around when we get to, I might change it when we get to the other movies. It's like, you know, edit the list, because I'm gonna edit the list maybe a bit, at the end. Let's go to our next Marvel movie. Eternals. See. Oh, it might just be because of Tick Tick Boom and Andrew Garfield, but seeing the Spider-Man characters around their 30s makes sense in my brain unless they're literally in high school. C feels very high for Eternals. Here's the thing with Eternals. it is so weird because people, like, I think the general consensus is that it's a mid-movie, and I think it literally is the most 5 out of 10 movie I've seen in a good bit. Like, I don't want to put it in D. That feels mean. But C makes more sense to me. Because the movie's not terrible. There's some good aspects in it. I think it looks pretty. I think the CGI is pretty good. Like, for the most part, I think the CGI is pretty good. I think there are very interesting ideas in it, but not all of them get, like, fleshed out enough for me to, like, fully be on board with them. And I think they're, like, really good, like, you know, the ideas, like, the best thing about it, in my opinion, are the ideas in the movie. Because, like, as an example, at one point in the movie, is it okay if I spoil Eternals? Is it okay if I spoil Eternals? Would y'all be good with that? I personally still hold the opinion it would have worked better as a show. Oh yeah, it probably would. Out of all of the frickin' movies, Marvel movies, and Marvel things, this would work better as a show. Because they keep turning these plots that could easily be movies into shows, and then they take these plots that could definitely be shows into movies, and I don't understand. I've got no inclination to watch it, so fine by me. Alright, so, in Eternals, they kind of have this thing where all of the, like, planets have, like, these giant titan things inside of them, and there's And they're all supposed to, like, rise up and, like, destroy the world, but become a titan, and I think it makes more worlds. I don't know. It's been a while from what I've seen it, but that's what I remember. And they have this really interesting, like, moral sort of, like, question about it that, like, you know, they want to stop that because it's going to destroy Earth, but also it will create millions of more worlds. And there's, like, an interesting moral question of, is it okay to, like, stop the chance, like, destroy the world, basically, to give the chance of life to a million other worlds or whatever. And I think that's a, like, because, like, the team gets split because of it, I believe. From what I remember, the team gets split, and, like, people have their own opinions on whether or not that's a good idea, and people have their own opinions on whether or not that's a bad idea. And I think that's, like, one of the more interesting parts. But one of the villains never gets their name said other than in the credits, so they put all these they get all these cool ideas, and they kind of throw them into the movie, and, like, they, like, some cool, like, character interactions and, like, cool lore and stuff, like, interesting things about, like, one of the characters being corrupted by whatever, and the whole thing with, like, the deviants, or I think they're called that. And then they just kind of, like, forget to make, like, an interesting plot. Because the ideas in it are the most interesting, and then the, like, or, like, them forgetting, that's not, sorry, my point is weird. They forget to make, like, interesting things for the characters to do. Because all the characters do in the movie is, like, they talk, and they have these interesting, like, philosophical, like, conversations, and then they have to fight a thing, and they beat it up, or whatever, or one of the characters get beat up, or one of the characters get killed, and then you don't really care, because they spend all these times developing these ideas, but not really the characters as much. Because the characters, I can't remember a single name of any of them, other than, like, I think that one of them's, like, Athena, and one of them's Kingo. I don't remember any other ones. Well, there's Sprite, but I remember Sprite because no matter what anyone says, her whole character thing at the end of the movie is so uncomfortable for me And I understand what it is, like, I understand why they did it, and, like, all that stuff. But it's just not comfortable for me, and I feel weird watching it, so I don't like it very much. For reference, Sprite is the child character, but the thing is that she, is it a he or she? I think it's a she. So basically, she is a child, like made in a child's body, but she's as old as the rest of the characters. So she's like, she has the mind of like an adult, but she's trapped in a child's body, which is not great. Not great for her. But she has, like, like, the thing is that, like, that makes sense to me. And she also has, like, a crush on one of the characters who does look like an adult. And here's the thing. I understand what they're, like, going for, kind of, but it's just so uncomfortable to watch for me, because I know that it's like, oh, this, like, I know, like, it would be a lot, the thing is, the adult-looking character does not have the same feelings for the, child-looking character, which, thank frickin' goodness for that, otherwise that would be horrible, and I would hate that. But the thing is that even then, it's just so weird to watch. And I don't understand. And I understand, but I don't get why people are like, oh yeah, this makes sense, this is interesting, and then for me, I'm just very uncomfortable the entire time. Anyways. Okay. Eternals is not a terrible movie. There's some good aspects in it. Like, the CGI looks nice, the cinematography looks nice from what I remember. And the ideas it has are interesting, but the thing is that I don't remember any of the characters, like, I barely remember any of the characters, or actually what they're doing in the story, which is not amazing. So, C sounds good. Moving on to the next Marvel thing. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This is tricky, because I like this movie quite a bit, but I don't think it's the best movie. So I don't know where I put it. I'm gonna put it in, let's put it in a high B. So, here's the thing with, Multiverse of Madness. Never mind, actually. I'm gonna put it in A. Frick it. Why not? Multiverse of Madness is not a perfect movie. It's not a perfect movie. Here's the thing. Oh, wait, I just realized I should probably change the stream. I should probably, change the stream title. Hold on. There we go. So, here's the thing with Multiverse of Madness. I don't think it's an amazing movie. Some of the dialogue is a little awkward, and, like, the plot, and, like, the biggest problem with it, the writer did not watch all of WandaVision, which is a huge red flag, considering Wanda is a really major character in it, but it's a really... I just have a lot of fun watching it. It's a really fun movie. Most of that is because of how Sam Raimi is directing it. So, the directing in the movie is actually, like, good? Big shock! Because most Marvel movies have kind of bland directing, but in this one, it's like, you got the frickin', like, the camera actually, like, moves around and turns in directions, and they have, like, at moments where they, like, superimpose, like, faces onto the screen, and, like, it looks so weird and, like, goofy, but it's so much fun. I love it. It's just so much fun, because, like, it's not perfect, but it's just so goofy and weird, and it's great. Like, also, this may be one of the most violent PG-13 movies I've seen. Because it's so, like, the deaths in this movie are so violent and, like, gruesome, and it's not at all what I expected, but it's great. It's great because it's like they're actually, like, making a movie where they don't have to just, like, oh, what remember about think about the children. We gotta make sure that it's like think about the young kiddos. We gotta make sure that all blood has to be cranberry juice and it's a gag. No, Sam Raimi went, I'm gonna make this the most violent PG-13 movie that has ever been released into the MCU, and you're gonna like it. When Kevin Feige said that, like, when Kevin Feige announced this movie, there was a guy in the audience, like, he announced this movie and he said it was gonna be a horror movie, and some guy in the audience yelled, is it gonna be rated R? And then he responded, no, it's gonna be PG-13, and you're gonna like it. And I did like it. So, hey! He was right. Thank you, Kevin Feige. You were right. I did like it. Werewolf by Night, it goes above. Werewolf, what the heck happened? Werewolf by Night goes above. It's Werewolf by Night is great. Honestly, it's a little hard to talk about it, considering it's like an hour long, and there aren't, like, too many things to, like, talk about. But it's just a fun little, like, Halloween special. I like it. 'Cause, like, if you know me, which hopefully, like, only one of you does know me in real life. When a movie is bad, but I like it, I don't care too much about, like, I don't care too much about the bad aspect, I just like the like aspect. Werewolf by Night is a good movie. It's not the greatest thing ever, it's just fun. But I liked watching it. I had fun watching it, so it gets a high score. Like, stuff like Multiverse of Madness, this is not a perfect movie. Multiverse of Madness is not a perfect movie. But I like it. It's fun. It's a fun movie, so it gets an A. Werewolf by Night is better than Multiverse of Madness. Like, as a movie, it is better. And I like it. And I know it's not perfect, but it's just fun. It's a fun Halloween adventure. Checked Rotten Tomatoes, 90% fresh. It has a 90%. Yeah! That sounds pretty good. I will put it on my to watch. By the way, in case this may be a worry, because I know it's a worry to some people, you do not need to know, like, anything about the MCU to watch it. It references the actual MCU once in the beginning, and that's it. There's, like, no need to watch the, like, MCU at all. In case that's a worry for anyone, but... yeah, Werewolf by Night is a lot of fun. It's like... I don't have much to say about it, just other than I like it. I've been rephrasing I like it this entire time, so I'm gonna move on to my final... Marvel... Oh, I don't actually have any more Marvel stuff, so I gotta figure out what to do next. Yeah, I kinda dropped off hard on the MCU after Endgame. You know what, I just dropped my water bottle, oops. Yeah, the MCU kind of just, like... Endgame was basically, like, the series finale, and then everything after that has been the Baruto of the MCU. Rip water. No, don't worry, my water bottle's empty, I drank all of it. You know what? I think the MCU now being the Baruto of, basically the Baruto of the MCU, and Endgame being the series finale, I think that makes sense to me, so I'm just gonna stick with that analogy. Next up, I'm gonna do, Avatar. Sure, Avatar. C. Avatar gets a C. Avatar, I just watched it. I just watched it recently. It is the most fine movie I think I've seen. Like, it's one of the most okay movies I've seen in a bit. It's like, it's not bad. I'd say it's pretty good. I'm gonna skip this song. This is not the vibe. That's the vibe. Actually, hold on, I do have to do something real quick. 1 second. Hi, I'm back. Avatar is a very... It's a weird movie because if you've seen Avatar, you either think it's like... most of the time... For Avatar, there's like... You know, usually people, like, when you talk about a movie, some people think, like, oh, I loved it. Some people think, oh, it was okay. Or oh, I liked it a bit. And then, like, some people are like, oh, yeah, I like it. And it's, you know, some people, like, hate a movie. Some people think it was just bad. Some people are indifferent. Avatar, you either love the movie, thought it was okay or mid, or you absolutely despise it. There's no in between. I'm in the middle section. I thought it was just okay. It's just a Pocahontas. I've never seen Pocahontas. It's probably a movie I should watch, but I have never seen Pocahontas in my life. Maybe at some point. Maybe at some point, a distant memory, I have seen it. But I do not recall anything from Pocahontas, so... With Avatar, it's just okay. I have a letterbox, by the way. Don't mean that as a plug. That's just me, like, saying I have, like, a letterbox where I do reviews on it. And my favorite review I have ever done on Letterboxd was my review of Avatar, where it was... Hold on, let me bring it up. Let me just grab the review. So I can show all of y'all the review. Hold on. Hold on, I'm getting it, 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 I'm getting it. Now this is the power of the PlayStation 3. That's just the entire review. 3 stars. Now this is the power of the PlayStation 3. That's my favorite review I have ever done on Letterboxd. And that is 100% how I feel about it. It is a pretty movie. It's a 2.5 hour long tech demo. That's basically what the movie is. The entire movie is oh, whoops. I typed in the tier list again. It's just like a 2.5 hour long tech demo, and that's it. It's really like not like anything super special. It's just kind of okay. And like, I get why it's so popular. It's one dang good looking tech demo. But at the end of the day, there isn't really much to chew on. It's just... The story is bland, Jake Sully is bland, the characters are mostly bland, the world is, like, interesting, but also it's just kind of... Like, the alien part of the world is a little generic. It just kind of takes the regular, like, the generic alien approach of what if it was a horse but it looked weird? Or what if it was a monkey but it looked weird? And that's kind of it. There isn't really that much variation with the alien creatures or whatever. And, like, it was just kind of okay. It was just bland and not great, but it wasn't horrible. I don't think it sucked. But if I'm not watching it in a theater, I'm not watching it again. The only way I would rewatch Avatar is if it was in a theater. Which I did watch it at home. So maybe it's a better experience at the theater. But I don't know. It was just, eh. Okay. You know what? It's playing Sonic music. Let's go to Sonic 2. Sonic 2 gets a... B. Should it go... Should Sonic 2 go above or below Spider-Man 2? Battle of the sequels. Should it go above or below Spider-Man 2? I think it goes below. I think I'm gonna put Spider-Man 2 below. I have a weird relationship. I have a weird relationship with the Sonic movies. Here's the thing I have with them. People hate the human characters. The human characters are the funniest part for me because they get all the funny lines, and then the Sonic characters have, like, it's like you're watching, like, a show, like, it's like you're watching, like, some guys doing improv and they're not the best at it or whatever, but it's like there's jokes in there, like, they actually make me audibly laugh. And then you'll go to the Sonic characters and all their jokes are like, I don't want to say illumination level, but they feel an illumination level. Which is an insult. But, I don't know, it feels like they put all the effort for the joke writing into the human characters. And, like, this is double for Sonic 2. Sonic 2 has some really funny lines for the human characters. And then they just, like, make fart jokes with the Sonic characters. And it's really weird, and I don't know why they did that. Because, like, they're capable of writing good jokes, but they only do that for the human characters. Like, I never... Welcome, Wolf Paws. I believe that was supposed to be... I believe that was supposed to be, like, a scare, but also, you came in right as I was, like, making fun of Sonic 2. So, you know what? Boo does make sense. I deserve that a bit. Hello. Sonic 2, though, other than, like, the humor, which is not my favorite, Sonic 2 is, you know, because I'm a broken record at this point, it's a fun movie, so high score, woohoo. It's like, It's a good movie. And I think the biggest issue I have with it is the jokes. Everything else is fun, and, like, I like it, and I like the references to other Sonic games, because I'm a huge nerd, and I'm a Sonic fan. I like the references, and, like, I like the freaking character writing for, Tails and Knuckles. I think they're, like, a lot more interesting than we had anything pre-Frontiers, really. Well, not anything pre-Frontiers, and, like, post-Colors pre-Frontiers, because we haven't really had anything interesting in the meta era for the characters, but I'm glad that we actually have an interesting, like, dynamic, and, like, a fun dynamic between the three characters now, because we were missing that since Heroes. And I haven't even played Heroes. Well, technically it's since Mania, but the thing is that Mania doesn't have the characters talking, so it doesn't have any character moments, really, so... But... anyways. Sonic 2 is good fun movie. Dr. Robotnik and Agent Stone are fun. I don't know about Sonic stuff, but I totally agree. Yeah, this movie is, surprisingly, pretty good for, like, people who, don't really care about Sonic stuff. Like, it's good for people who aren't super invested in Sonic stuff, and good for people who are. It does strike a good balance. However, when I was actually originally planning on seeing this movie in theaters, when I didn't. I watched the movie, I streamed the movie, and when my family saw it, they all kind of collectively agreed, I'm glad we didn't see that movie in theaters. Which I think is very funny. It's a little insulting, but I think it's funny, so... Sonic 2, the Sonic 2 movie is absolutely better than the first one, which... That's, you know, the first one was just kind of okay, in my opinion. But the second one is definitely, a lot better in basically every single aspect, so... I'm hoping Sonic 3 will, follow through with that, and maybe be an A-tier movie, who knows? Okay. So, I think, should I put Spider-Man 2 below Sonic 2? Nah, I'm gonna keep Sonic 2 above, or the Sonic 2 below. Okay, what next? Let's go with, let's do some of the, animated stuff. Let's do some of the, like, the 3D animated Disney stuff. Encanto gets A. Encanto gets an A. Encanto is a really good movie. Encanto's really good. I never noticed she was holding a plate of corn in this scene. Encanto is a really good movie. I think, you know, I think it got, like, really popular for, like, I think we live in a universe where finally there's a movie, by Disney that gets popular for a good reason. Like, Frozen got really popular, and Frozen isn't a bad movie. It's actually pretty good, but I don't think it deserves most popular Disney movie of all time good. Love their songs. Yeah, the songs in Encanto are very good. I think the music is really good, and I do think it's really funny how we don't talk about Bruno managed to beat Frozen in number of, beat Let It Go in number of, how many times it's been played. I don't even know how Disney outpaced themselves. How do you beat Frozen? How is that possible? I don't know how you do that, but they did it, and I'm glad, because We Don't Talk About Bruno is a good song, but the other songs are also good, and I think the other songs might... Like the other songs are kind of like overshadowed by We Don't Talk About Bruno, which is kind of like... Which is kind of sad, because like, all of the songs in this movie are good. But, still, We Don't Talk About Bruno is a good song, so it's fine. It's Disney, I don't care. All the songs are good, and this movie, people agree this movie is good, so it's all good. Good. Encanto gets an A, goes above Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but I think below Werewolf by Night, because I think Werewolf by Night, yeah, no, I'm gonna put it below Werewolf by Night. I'm gonna keep it like that. I like Werewolf by Night more. Finding Nemo! Where did I put Finding Nemo? Where do I put it? Should I put it above or below Encanto? Yes, I'm not joking, I did see Finding Nemo this year. I saw it years ago, but I barely remember it, so I'm counting it as a new watch. Listen, I don't really have an excuse for why I've only seen Finding Nemo this year. Other than the fact that I have seen it, but I barely remember it, so this year's basically a new watch. Finding Nemo goes above Encanto, because I think it has a stronger emotional core, I guess? I don't know. They're both good movies. Finding Nemo is a fun movie. I am getting less and less to say about these movies. I am having less and less things to say about these movies. I really have not been saying enough things about these movies. I think... Finding Nemo is a good movie. I think... Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It's a classic. It's Finding Nemo. Everyone knows it's a good movie. I really don't have a lot to say about it because it's Finding Nemo. Everyone's seen Finding Nemo up until recently, where I hadn't seen Finding Nemo, and then I watched it this year, and now everyone's seen Finding Nemo. Now I was the outlier. I was the outlier in everyone's seen Finding Nemo. Now I've seen Finding Nemo. Now everyone has seen Finding Nemo. Let's move on. Thunder in the House of Magic gets a low C. No, actually, you know what? No. It goes above Eternals. Let me give you some context. Thunder and the House of Magic is an animated movie featuring a cat named Thunder, who ends up in this house owned by a magician who takes the cat into, like, you know, they have a bunch of pets and also toys that are alive, and he kind of like takes him into the family because Thunder is a stray cat, and then he gets taken into the family, and then conflict ensues when the old man magician gets hospitalized and his son tries to sell the house without his permission. So, you know, it kind of takes a turn. Thunder in the House of Magic is a really, like, mediocre movie. It's a really mediocre movie. It's like really just eh. It's like, if you imagine a cheap kids animated movie made by some random studio, Thunder in the House of Magic is like the type of thing you would think of. Thunder in the House of Magic is the type of movie you would find for free on YouTube. That's kind of the level of quality. Here's the thing, though. Thunder and the House of Magic is immediately better than all of those movies because it has my favorite character, Edison, who is a little light bulb guy who is adorable. Let me get a picture of him. Let me just find a picture of him real quick. That's showing the frickin' media code for the site. Okay, hold on. Let me just find a picture of him real quick. Hold on, I'm finding a picture. Hold on, I'm finding a picture. I'm finding multiple pictures. Sorry, I'm taking a while to find a picture of Edison, but here he is. This right here is Edison. He is adorable. He's a little light bulb guy, and I love him so much. He doesn't speak, which makes him immediately better than if he was voiced by, like, James Corden or whatever. And he's like... He's just so delightful. He's the most delightful character in the movie. He's just so cute. Look at him. Look at his little bow tie. Look at his little bow tie. And a little big red button on him. His smile. His award-winning smile. Look at that. Just kidding. This movie didn't win any awards. This movie is a good movie. And I like what... Why'd I say it was a good movie? I was just talking about how it's an okay movie. Edison just plagued my mind and made me say it was a good movie. It's not a good movie because of Edison, but Edison is good. Edison is good. So he's the shining light in this dark pit of this movie isn't great. Moving on, because I really don't have a whole lot to say about Thunder and the House of Magic. It doesn't even have a consistent title. It's called Thunder in the House of Magic, and sometimes it's just called the House of Magic. It doesn't even have a consistent title. What do you want me to say? Next up, Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. Do I give Monsters, Inc. an A or an S? Do I give Monsters, Inc. an A or an S? I don't know. I don't know, feels like an A. Yeah, you're right. I think Monsters Inc. is a high A. Monsters Inc. is a solid movie. Also saw it for the first time this year. I am a hack. Let me drink this banana smoothie. Monsters Inc. Good movie. It's really hard to talk about these animated classic movies, because what am I supposed to say? It's Monsters, Inc. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. It's Monsters, Inc. It's a great movie. Also, my brother came down and gave me a banana smoothie, so that's why I've been going silent a little bit. My apologies. It's a very good banana smoothie. So, Monsters, Inc. is... It's a really good movie, and I really don't have anything bad to say about it. It's a lot funnier than I thought it was gonna be. Like, there's a lot of really good jokes in it. I really did not expect it to be this, like, this funny. it's just a really good movie. It's just a really solid movie. I don't know, it's just a really dang good movie. What else can I say? It's really hard to talk about these, like, really solid movies, because the thing is that, like, they're in the, like, the movies in the A tier are hard to talk about, because they're good, and I like them, but I don't have, like, an incredible amount of things to say about them, because they're just good movies. They're just solid movies. It's like trying to rank Kraft Dinner. Just trying to rank macaroni and cheese. Like, it's not the best thing ever, but I like it. It's fun. Tastes good. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say about it. I don't know why I use mac and cheese as a freaking analogy, Kraft Dinner, whatever. Monsters University gets a low A. I think Monsters University is a good movie. Should I give Monsters University a B or an A? I'm gonna keep it at A. Monsters University gets a lot of hate. I don't think that's very much deserved. I think Monsters University is a solid movie. I think it's just, like, I think it's a good movie, and I don't understand why people hate it so much. I don't really get it. 'Cause, like, sure, it's not perfect. No movie is. Except Knives Out, which I saw this year, so it's not on the list, but Knives Out is definitely my favorite movie I've seen in 2023 so far. Like, it's just it's good. I don't know why people hate it so much, because, like, people just despise, or, like, not people despise Monsters, Inc., but people just, like, say it's, like, not very good, or it's mid, and I don't understand why. Because it's a good movie, it has, like, a good emotional core, it has some funny jokes. What else could you want? Obviously, it's not as good as Monsters, Inc. I don't know how you would be able to make a prequel that's better than Monsters, Inc. But I don't know. It's a good movie. I like it a lot. I don't know why people just, like, don't like Monsters, Inc. Or that Monsters University, like, a lot. I get why people don't like it a lot, but, like, it's a good movie. I don't entirely understand why people just don't like Monsters, Inc. University. I keep calling it Monsters, Inc. I'm a fake fan. I have to use. I have to be right back. I'm sorry. I will be right back. I promise. Y'all can enjoy the tunes while I'm gone. Be right back. I am back. I have been far too positive. Y'all want to talk about a bad movie? Dungeons and Dragons from the year 2000, I believe, is a D. Dungeons and Dragons is not a very good movie. It is quite bad. The Dungeons and Dragons movie, here's the thing. It is so strange. Because it's just like, it's not horrible, you know, I'm a broken record, oh, it's not horrible. But the thing is that I think it's like, because for the first part, I was thinking, do I like this movie? Like, I heard it was bad, but this isn't that bad. I'm confused. Why do I like this movie quite a bit? Or a decent amount? Why is this like a C? It's not a C. The movie, like, starts out okay, and then it ends with, like, just kind of dropping in quality. Like, it just gradually, like, when it starts, you're like, you know what, this isn't that bad, and then it kind of keeps going down and down in quality until you realize this is not a good movie. It's not even, like, the only way it's good is ironically. Which I will say, ironically, the movie isn't like, if you watch it ironically, then, you know, you're not gonna have a horrible time. It's not a horrible time. But it's not a great time. Sorry, just taking a sip of banana smoothie. The Dungeons and Dragons movie has the most insane ending I have seen in a movie in a while. You know how it ends? Spoilers for the Dungeons and Dragons movie from 2000. So, one of the characters in the movie dies. They get killed by Big Bad. I'm sure so many people are planning to watch it. You know what? I'm actually expecting like 5 videos to appear on my YouTube recommended about there was a Dungeons and Dragons movie before the new one, like when the new one is about to release in theaters. But one of the characters in the movie dies. And then they're kind of like sad and like, aw, dang it. No! They killed my buddy! There were 3, in fact. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting this movie has sequels, but none of the characters come back. Like, none of the protagonists come back from the sequels from what I remember, so... Or, like, from what I've seen, so, like... They're barely sequels, but I think one of the villains come back, so I don't know. I think the main dude is recurring, right? Or the same actor, at least? I don't think so, because how the original movie ends is that they're, you know, they defeat the big bad. And one of the characters, like, the protagonist looks at the grave of their lost buddy, their lost friend, their friend who died, and they're sad because their friend died. Because, you know, sad moment. And then one of the other characters comes over with, like, a red crystal orb or whatever, which, by the way, the movie likes to do this thing where a character asks a question and then another character goes, do not ask question, do not ask question, do the thing. And, like, the character's like, oh, what's this red orb? And they're like, do not ask question. Do you want to see your friend again? And they're like, yes. And the team put their hand on the orb, and they all fade away into dust, or whatever, into light. And they move into the sky, and the movie ends, implying they all just, like, went to heaven to see their friend. And they never follow up on that in the following film, so they all just die! They don't get it. It's so funny. they're just dead. They're all just, like, went into the afterlife. And it's never brought up. The movie just fades to black. And the credits roll. R.I.P. Yeah, my reaction was my reaction to that was the most, like, just, I was basically, I watched it in a Discord server. And the, like, entire time, I was just screaming, what? Well, not in the VC, we were talking in type, like in type, but I believe I just put in, like, gibberish in the chat, because what on earth is that ending? Because, like, the rest of the movie is fairly tame. The rest of the movie is fairly basic. And then there's just the ending where they all die. They all fade away into dust. And I don't understand. But, other than that, the movie is just kind of like, okay. It's like a bit of a generic action movie. Which, by the way, this movie would suck as a D&D campaign. 9 times out of 10, when something cool happens, it's the protagonist doing it while the rest of the party sits on the sidelines. It would make... I sure do hope this isn't a movie based off of a real D&D campaign the directors did or something. Because that's a really bad D&D campaign. It's just one character, one player doing all the cool stuff. And then everyone else just kind of sits there. Everyone else just kind of watches and do nothing. Although I will say, I'm typing in the frickin' tier list again. I will say, one accurate thing about it is that the characters' backstories vary in quality. Like how, there's like a character who just there's characters that have like more like complex or interesting backgrounds. And then there's the dwarf character who is just like a dwarf from Lord of the Rings, but they just appear and they're in the party now. They don't even have a scene where they acknowledge that he's a part of the party now. He just shows up and he's there now. And that is the most realistic thing about this movie. That a player just kind of shows up and everyone pretends like they were always there. Anyways. Dungeons and Dragons is not good. Not a good movie. D. Adam Project. I think bottom C. The Adam Project is weird. The Adam Project is like generic action movie, which does have like some neat, like nice emotional, like it does have like an emotional core, but the thing is that like it's just a really generic action movie with Ryan Reynolds, funny comedy, haha, and like it feels very cookie cutter. It feels very weird. The emotional moments don't really strike as hard as they could. The CGI in the final fight is awful. It feels like, when you're watching the final fight, it feels like you're watching Spy Kids. I literally thought, when, one of the kid characters picks up a sci-fi weapon, I really thought, like, oh, is this, this feels like a sequel to Spy Kids. It's not a great movie. It's not horrible though. I think it goes below Eternals mainly because it goes below Eternals mainly due to the fact that Eternals has more interesting ideas. Although I do think that I might want, I would like to watch the Adam Project, rewatch the Adam Project over the Eternals. But that's because, you know, they're both like the kind of the same level. It's just that one of them gets above the other because at least like Eternals felt more like it was made by people than Adam Project, which feels a little bit more like it was made by a pie chart. That's very insulting to the film directors, and I'm sorry, but that's just kind of how I feel about the movie. Man of Steel, here. Man of Steel goes here. Man of Steel goes above Avatar. Or no, below Avatar, above Thunder in the House of Magic and Eternals and Ant Project and D&D, blah, 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 blah. Hold on, let me take a sip from my banana smoothie. The Man of Steel is weird. I feel like I've started most of these sentences for like a C movie with "this movie is weird," but Man of Steel is like a really... It's not terrible. It's not a terrible movie. Obviously. Then I would be putting it in F if it was a terrible movie, but it's not a terrible movie. Man of Steel was such a blessed slog to get through for me. That is fair. Personally, I thought it was just kind of mostly alright. I don't like Superman in it much, which is a shame because I like Superman in the Zack Snyder cut. It'd be better if I could care about literally any of the characters. Yeah, that's fair. The characters in this movie... are a little, what's the word? Uninteresting? Characters in this movie are a little, what's the word? Bland? And I feel bad for Zack Snyder because this is the movie he's like, this is one of, like, the thing is that Man of Steel isn't terrible, but people hate Batman v Superman so much that, like, Man of Steel has kind of gotten, like, a bad reputation that I don't think it entirely deserves, because I think Man of Steel isn't horrible. I think it's, like, an alright movie. So, like, I don't know why Man of Steel is just, like, hated by people now or whatever. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. However, Superman in this movie is kind of boring, which is sad, because the thing is, I do understand why people say I do understand why there's people who say that Superman is boring. It's because they watched Man of Steel. The reason they think Superman is boring is because they watched Man of Steel. Man of Steel is not... Superman is just kind of there, and he only really feels, like, charismatic in the final part of the movie. Which I think he should be, like, more charismatic throughout all of it, but, like, for most of it, he's just, like... I don't know, he's just, like, very boring. And I think it would be a lot better if he was, like, more interesting as a character. Because for most of the movie, he's just, like, stoic man, and he doesn't feel like a person. He feels like a cardboard cutout of Henry Cavill. Lois Lane is there as well. I don't really have much to say about her other than that she is there. I don't know. I don't really remember much of what Lois Lane does in the movie. I know she's, like, a good reporter in the movie, so they got that right. But, obviously, elephant in the room, most people bring this up when talking about Man of Steel. In the end, Superman, what do you mean? You have you have to have the female love interest. You know what? Lois Lane doesn't really have, like, much going on in the movie from what I remember. But at the very least, she is an MJ Spider-Man 2. So, you know what? I'll take it. At the very least, she is an MJ from Spider-Man 2. So I'll take it. Of course, elephant in the room. Spoilers for Man of Steel. Superman kills Zod by snapping his neck. At least MJ had characterization. Yeah, but I don't like that characterization. So I prefer Lois Lane. Lois Lane doesn't make me want to, like, slam my head against the wall whenever, like, whenever she talks about her love interest. So, like, I prefer Lois Lane over MJ. So Man of Steel, at the end of Man of Steel, Zod gets killed by Superman because Superman snaps his neck, and people are like, Superman wouldn't do that. Which, to be fair, yeah, I think Superman in most things would probably, like, wait a bit longer. Or, like, not wait a bit longer, or, like, try to find another solution. Personally, I think it makes a little bit of sense why Superman killed Zod, because the thing is that, like, he kind of realizes, oh, I can't stop Zod. I have to do this, and then he, he's conflicted about killing Zod, is the thing. That's, like, that's one thing I think Zack Snyder was, like, good on, like, he, like, Superman didn't want to do that, but he felt like he had to. Personally, I would prefer if, his defeating Zod... Oh, he tried to make him conflicted. But it's just hard for the audience to care. You know what? That is fair, but I think Henry Cavill is a good actor, so I think it works, like, enough for you to understand that, like, Superman didn't like doing that. In Man of Steel, Henry Cavill is basically the only redeeming part of this movie. I mean, the VFX weren't too bad, so that's something. But, I think I would have preferred if Superman tried to look for a more, like, smart solution to defeating Zod. Like, I think we're desperately missing, like, endings in movies where the bad guy doesn't just get, like, attacked or whatever and then they die. We need more, like, conflicts where the conflict ends with the character being smart. They were fine, you could tell what was going on because Snyder really liked the can't tell what the heck is going on action scenes. Oh, they were fine when you could tell what was going on because Snyder really likes the I can't tell what the heck is going on action scenes. Yeah, yeah. Personally, you know, flashing lights and colors, it's like a lot, but the thing is that I could tell what was going on most, like, enough of the time for me to give it a pass. Because, like, you know, it wasn't horrible with, like, the, like, I have no idea what's happening, because in a lot of movies, you're seeing it, and your eyes are just glazing over everything, because there's just so much sensory overload. With Man of Steel, it's... like, I don't think that problem is as intensive as it is in, like, other movies. So, what I was saying before was that I really wish movies had more, like, defeating the bad guys by, like, doing smart things, like outsmarting them, or, like, using their, like, tactics in a way that, like, defeats the bad guy out of, like, intelligence rather than, like, brute force, because I feel like we're severely missing movies that do that. Yeah, I'm definitely playing it up. It's certainly far from the worst film ever made. Yeah. Here's the thing, I'm in a Discord server with someone who really likes the Zack Snyder DC movies. And like, no, but that requires good writing. Yeah, why can't more movies have good writing? I just saw Puss in Boots and Knives Out and Glass Onion and Avatar 2 this year. I started off the movie by watching like 4 really, really good movies. But like, it's sad. Because I know that everything's gonna go downhill from here. But I'm in a Discord server with someone who really likes the, I'm gonna skip this song. I'm gonna skip this song. Why do I still have this in my frickin' playlist? For reference, that song was my alarm for like 3 months until I changed it, and now whenever I hear it, my mind goes into full alarm mode. Like, what's happening? No, this can't be all a dream. But, I'm in a Discord server with someone who, really likes the, Zack Snyder movies. And I don't entirely get, like, the appeal of, like, stuff like Man of Steel. But I will mention that after seeing it, after seeing Man of Steel, I don't have to just, like, keep making fun of it anymore, because now I realize that the movie is not actually that bad. So, like, you know, it's good that now, like, it's good to form your own opinions about something, because before now, like, before I saw the movie, I was just kind of, like, mostly trusting what, like, other people said when, like, oh, Superman killing Zod doesn't really make much sense, and I was like, Superman kills Zod? That's weird. Why did he do that? But then after seeing the movie, I can tell he's conflicted about it, I'm like, oh, that's why he did that. So, moral of the story, watch movies. That's it. I just wanted to mention that. The amount of destruction in the final act of this movie is very insane, but you know what? It's fine. They follow it up in Batman v Superman in an interesting way. Because they like show it from like Bruce's perspective, like Bruce Wayne's perspective of how like Superman did this, and like, you know, that is a good motivation from like for why it's Batman v Superman. Although from what I've heard, that's not like entirely the reason why, but again, I have not seen the movie, so I'm gonna have to watch it. So, cause, you know, moral of the story, watch movies. Let me take a sip from this banana smoothie. I gotta keep a banana smoothie count. See how many sips of this I take. Okay, next up. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is so fun. Hocus Pocus is so much fun. Hocus Pocus is just... I did not expect it to be that funny. I did not expect it to be that much of a good time, but it is that much of a good time. Hocus Pocus is great. It's a Halloween classic. Hocus Pocus is a Halloween classic, and I think it's a really good movie. The jokes in it are great. The effects are not... Like, the effects have, like, dated a bit, because, you know... How old is this movie? It's old. The movie came out old years ago. But, you know, the set design, or, like, costume design and stuff is pretty good. Pretty dang good. And the, acting is fun, and, like, everyone's just having a great time on set, as you can tell everyone's having a blast playing the roles. And it's just a dang good movie. It's just a dang good movie. The thing is, I really don't have much to say about these A-tier movies. I really don't. I really do not know what to say about these A-tier movies, because the thing is, like, you haven't seen it, yeah, you can't fall into the yeah. No, I've never seen it, but at this point I'm worried that I'm avoiding watching it on principle somehow. Which movie are you referring to? Are you referring to Man of Steel? Did I miss a message? Oh no. Are you referring to Hocus Pocus? Oh. Yeah, I would recommend watching Hocus Pocus when Halloween comes around next, I guess, because it is very much a Halloween movie, but Hocus Pocus is a really good movie because it's just fun, and I did not expect the humor it has in a Disney movie, but to be fair, it is old, so, you know. By the way, I just realized that sentence might have made it sound like the humor's problematic. It's not. It's not problematic. I just realized I might have made it sound like it is. No. It's just it's a very good movie. It's very fun, and I think from time to time. Sometimes I think. Nightmare Before Christmas. This is getting hard to rank, but I'm gonna put Nightmare Before Christmas below Hocus Pocus. Nightmare Before Christmas wouldn't be the only 1990s Disney movie with problematic humor. Well, no, wait, please, I'm sorry. Listen, I have my reasons. Nightmare Before Christmas is a really good movie. But thing is, for something to be an S tier, for me, it kind of has to, like, really stick with me. And Nightmare Before Christmas is a really good movie, the songs are amazing, the animation is amazing, but it didn't leave a super big impact because, you know, it's Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a fun movie. You watch it and you're like, oh, that was a good movie. That was cute. I liked it. And then you kind of, like, go away and, like, you know, it's great. It's, like, perfect for what it is, but it's not perfect for, like, what I like in movies, personally. I swear to God, if Twilight is an S tier. Twilight is not an S tier, I can assure you that. Let me quickly I'm gonna actually get to Twilight, after I'm done talking about Nightmare Before Christmas, but the songs in Nightmare Before Christmas, Crisis Averted. The songs in Nightmare Before Christmas are great, they're really catchy. I think, by the way, I do want to bring up Letterboxd again because, Nightmare Before Christmas has my second favorite review that was, local skeleton gets a hyperfixation, local skeleton gets a new hyperfixation and then, gets over it after an hour. And that was the review for the movie, and that is absolutely how the, movie goes, because the movie is just, The movie is just kind of like, you know, like, he finds Christmas and he's like, whoa, this is cool, I like this, and then he does it, and he's like, well, that was fun, anyways, back to normal life, which is absolutely how Christmas goes, and I think it's neat that that's, like, what they do, of, like, how, you know, Christmas is a fun little distraction, and then you go back to your regular life, and it's good to take a break once in a while from the mundane, regular stuff, and then get back to it, you know? And yeah, it's a good message, it's a good movie. Twilight. Where do I put Twilight? I'm gonna put it above Eternals, because I think that's funny. I'm gonna put Twilight above Eternals. Twilight is not a good movie. It's not very good. It's really funny. It was such a fun movie to watch. Here, let me give some backstory to this. I am in this movie club in a Discord server where every, like, 2 weeks, we, like, there's, like, a rotation of who gets to pick one movie. Like, what movie? At one point, it's wonderful if you're watching with riff tracks. I don't know who that is. Or what that is. I don't know. I assume it's a who. Twilight is a weird movie, and I mean that this time. Every movie that's in C tier, I've said it's a weird movie. I mean it this time. I mean it this time. Twilight is a strange movie. Twilight is not well written. It's very bad, actually. It's quite a bad movie. Here's the thing. It is very funny. And I enjoy watching it. Like, you know, it's one of those movies where, like, you can, like, take the clips out of context and it'll mean nothing. And then when you watch the movie, it'll still mean nothing. It's such a strange movie, and it's really fun. So, let me go back to the movie club thing. I'm in a Discord server with a movie club, and one time we did a 24-hour movie marathon in which the movies that we watched were mostly movies I have seen before. But, hold on, Riff Tracks is made up of former MST3K people. It's basically like a comedy commentary track play alongside a movie with their jokes. They actually have 24/7 channel on Twitch. Oh, that's neat. Huh. That's neat. Yeah, I was just watching this with friends. So, I was just watching, like, Twilight and just, like, making fun of it with friends, and a person who loves Twilight also making fun of it, because no one likes Twilight unironically anymore. But Twilight is just... it's really funny. It's really goofy. It's not great, but, like, it's just a fun movie to watch, ironically, because it's just so stupid, and it's great. I love it. It's dumb, but it's great. It's so good. I love it. It's great. It's Twilight. C tier. I think I should actually get to the next movie in the other movie I saw. The other new movie I saw in the 24-hour movie marathon. Speed! Speed gets S tier. The only acceptable response for Twilight. So, okay. This is also fair. Speed is like... I watched Speed for the first time this year. It is insane how much they can, like, ramp up what happens in this movie over time, where you're, like, it gets the most intense, and you're like, how is there an hour left? And it gets more and more and more and more and more intense until the ending. And then it just, like, kind of ends in a really cheesy way, and it's so good. I get why this is, like, one of the most popular action movies of all time, because it just keeps ramping up in intensity. Like, you think, oh, how can they go up from this, and then suddenly this happens, and then you're like, what on earth is gonna happen, and then suddenly this happens. It's so good. Yeah, Speed is definitely one of the just perfectly paced popcorn thrillers. Yeah, it's really great. I didn't honestly, I didn't expect it to be that good, but it is that good. It is that good. It is that good. It's just... yeah, it's like the perfect action movie. At least in my opinion. It's like the blueprint that action movies should be using, and, like, have been using ever since this movie released. It's, like, really good. And, like, the acting is good, and the lines are, like, the dialogue is good. There's so many quotable lines. It's great. It's just so good. It's just very, very good movie. Let's talk about, let's talk about a bad movie again. Max Steel. Max Steel is the most nothing movie I have ever seen. I watched it, by the way, I chose Max Steel. Max Steel is like a bad superhero movie, it's very generic. I chose Max Steel for the, Oh, hello there, Bolty. Welcome to the stream. I'm just about to tear into this bad movie called Max Steel. How are you doing? Max Steel is such a nothing movie. I chose it for the movie club I was in, or like I am in. That was the movie I chose. You're doing good? That's good. I'm doing pretty well myself. I'm glad you're doing good. So Max Steel is just, it's just like the most boring, well, not the most boring, but like, it's such a nothing movie. There's like nothing to it. There's like nothing to it. Like, here's the the main big thing with Max Steel is that, like, so I chose it for my movie night, like for my pick in the movie club. Somehow I managed to get the most people together to watch the Max Steel movie. I don't even know how I managed that, but I got the most people together to watch Max Steel out of all movies. And we all collectively agreed it was a very nothing movie. One of the person who runs the movie club gave my favorite review I have ever seen on Letterboxd ever. It's like the best review I have seen for a movie on Letterboxd, personally, because the thing is, you know, there's probably better reviews, but like, I like it more because, like, I like that review because no one else has reviewed Max Steel, really. So let me find it. So, my review for Max Steel was just LMAO. But there was a person who wrote a review for Max Steel that was, and I quote, you know that Friends episode where Ross is in the cop car on a ride-along and the car backfires and he thinks he gets shot at and he tells Rachel he had a near-death experience? And Rachel says, Ross, that wasn't a near-death experience, that was barely an experience. Well, it's that in movie form. It's such a good review. Because they're entirely right. They are entirely right. It's barely an experience. It's barely an experience. It's just such a nothing movie. However, it is not the worst movie I have seen this year. Oh, believe me, we'll get to the worst movie I've seen this year, but it's not the worst movie I've seen this year. Let me quickly do Toy Story. I really like Hocus Pocus. I really like Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is really fun. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I did do a list of every movie I saw in 2022 on Letterboxd. I just want to see. My list on Letterboxd is a lot different from the list on list on here, but yeah, I'm gonna put it above. I'm gonna put it above Toy Story. I'm gonna put it above Toy Story, yeah. Sorry, above Hocus Pocus. My bad, I can't speak. Toy Story is a good movie. Toy Story is a really good movie. Again, these animated classics are a little hard to talk about. Because how do you like elaborate on Toy Story being a good movie? Everyone knows it's a good movie. Everyone's seen Toy Story. Same story with like Finding Nemo. Everyone's seen Toy Story. How do you really talk about it? Like, it's funny. It's a funny movie. But like, how do you talk about Toy Story? Well, okay, so the jokes in Toy Story are probably the best out of the other you know what? No, never mind. It goes below Monsters, Inc. There, I said it. There. Monsters, Inc. is better than Toy Story. I'm thinking about Toy Story more. Toy Story is a good movie. It goes below Monsters, Inc., which is below Nightmare Before Christmas, which is below Hocus Pocus. There. That's better for me. That sounds better. I kind of put it top of A tier out of principle because, you know, well, it's Toy Story, but actually, now that I think about it, Toy Story, not as good as Monsters, Inc. Which, yeah, actually, would it be treason if I put Werewolf by Night above Toy Story? No, it wouldn't be treason, because this is my list. Frick you. Weathering with You. Weathering with Shrugs. Yeah, no, this is my list. Whatever. I get to put whatever movie wherever. While Weathering with You is here. There's a lot of movies in A tier. Weathering with You is a good movie. I feel like I should have cried at it. It's one of those movies I feel like I should have cried at. It's like... It's a movie where, like... It has, like, a good emotional core, as I say with basically every single movie in this list. But I don't know why I didn't cry at it. Probably because I watched it in a Discord VC. That's probably why I didn't get to appreciate it as much as I could. But it's a really good movie. I like it a lot. The ending is weird. The ending is weird. I don't know why they ended it like that. I'm not gonna spoil this one, because I think I would rather, like with other movies that like, oh, this ending is weird. They've been in, like, lower segments. What was good didn't hit me as hard as Kimi no Wa Wa. I have not seen that, actually. I should probably put that on my list of things to see. I also haven't seen Your Name, which I hear is better than this, so... Is Your Name just the English name for Kimi no Wa Wa? Nawa? What's... Yeah, I'm stupid. Don't mind me, folks! I'm just stupid, don't mind me. Moving on. So, Weathering with You's ending, I'm not gonna spoil, but it's just really weird, and I don't know why they did it that way. It's... The thing is, though, other than that ending, I think it's a really good movie, it's really beautiful, and I wish I could live in that world, although the thing is that world is, like, about as depressing as our real world, it's just that it looks prettier, so, like, you know. It's still, it looks really pretty, and I like it, so, whatever. Treasure Planet, S tier. Treasure Planet is a gorgeous movie. Oh, yeah, so, like, every Makoto Shinkai Film, the director for them, kinda has the same basic formula, but Your Name was, like, that formula perfective for me, at least. Yeah, Your Name seems like a really, really good movie, and I do want to watch it at some point. I just haven't yet, because I've been too busy not watching Your Name. So, Treasure Planet is a really good movie. Sorry, I took another sip of banana smoothie. Treasure Planet has the most gorgeous animation in a like in a 2D animated movie, like, period. It has some of, like, it's, like, up there with, like, Prince of Egypt. Or at least from what I've seen of Prince of Egypt. I believe Prince of Egypt is a really pretty movie. I haven't seen that one either. But, like, from clips I've seen of Prince of Egypt, it's, like, that level. Like, from what people have said as well. It's, like, up there. Treasure Planet is really gorgeous, and it's really fun, and I really like it. And it's, like, the only problem I have with this movie is that they don't flesh out the ideas as much as they could have, but that's because the movie is short, like, too short. I think with, like, an extra half hour, it could be a lot better. Otherwise, this movie is amazing. I love it. It's so good. It's so pretty. The soundtrack is great. The protagonist is great. The antagonist is great. Al is there. It's great. It's such a good movie. Yeah, it's just so good. Y'all want to hear me talk about my least favorite movie I've seen, I saw in 2022? Y'all want to hear me complain? Pinocchio. There were 4 Pinocchio movies that released in 2022. I only saw one of them. I'm planning on watching the rest this year, but I only managed to see one, 2022. Pinocchio is a garbage movie, and I absolutely despise every part of it. There are no redeeming factors. There's, like, not even the actors. Tom Hanks is, like, barely doing anything. It's just a really bad movie. Oh, I didn't realize there were many. That's how they get you. Pinocchio is the most lifeless, dull, terrible, awful, not good movie. I hate it. It's just a bad movie. It's just such a bad movie. It's just so bad. I don't understand how something like it got made, but, like, it's just the worst experience I've had watching a movie. It's my least favorite movie I've seen this year. Or last year, sorry. Also, the animation and, like, character designs are, like, just so ugly. And in the case of Cleo the fish, it is nightmare fuel. I'm gonna bring up a picture of Cleo the fish right now. Let me bring up a picture of Cleo. Because it's absolutely horrible. I just remembered people saying Guillermo del Toro one was good. Oh yeah, I hear that one's really good. Hold on, let me get a picture of, Cleo the fish. Let me get a, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I did not mean to open the picture of Cleo the fish in a private window. Hold on. Look at Cleo the fish. Look! What is that thing? What is that? It's so... I don't like it. Oh, so that's where that's from? Yeah. I don't like it. It's so... it looks disgusting. I hate it so much. How did anyone think this was good? How did anyone think this was of Disney quality? I don't get it. Is it any worse when they sexified that fish in Shark Tale? Honestly, I think this looks worse because it looks like it wants to kill me. It looks disgusting, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay. So, going back. Pinocchio is the most... The Pinocchio remake is the most lifeless, dull, corporate, greedy cash grab film I have ever seen in my life. Even Mulan, even the live-action Mulan, had some redeeming, like, qualities. Not even redeeming, just, like, interesting. Like, they tried their own lore with the Mulan. It wasn't very good, but at least they tried something. This is just the most soulless rehash of an existing thing ever. And it's disgusting, and I hate it so much. It is my least favorite movie I've seen this year. It might be one of my least favorite movies of all time. I just realized I'm typing in the frickin' tier again. Oops. It's just such a bad movie. I hate it so much. It's not good. It's not good. It's not a good movie. Not even like they have all these jokes in it. They have these they added jokes to it that make me want to slam my head against a brick wall. They have a joke where Jiminy Cricket, or like, they have like a new character that's like a puppet that Pinocchio meets, and like Pinocchio's like, oh, I met this puppet at the play, and then Jiminy Cricket's like, oh, you, seems to me you have a peer, and then he's like, oh, are peers like friends? And he's like, no, well, you see, peers may seem like friends. Peers are not exactly friends. You gotta be careful, because when some peers get together in a place, they like to do this thing where they pressure, and I'm gonna have an aneurysm. It's not. It's bad. It's bad. It's just not good. All of the new jokes in the movie are just, hey, remember this real thing that exists? And that's it. That's the joke. That's the joke. That's all they do for the entire movie. It's just not good. It's just bad. It's just a bad movie. I hate this movie. I despise it. Okay. Whew, let me drink my banana smoothie to put me in a better mood. Okay. We got one more movie in the list. The Batman. The Batman is my favorite movie I saw in 2022. I really like The Batman. The Batman is incredible. There's so many great aspects about it. It's just so... like, everything is tied together so well, where it doesn't it doesn't feel like a, like, it's one of those movies where you look back on it after watching it, and then you notice things you didn't notice before, and it just makes it better. And, like, I just love this movie so much. It's just so good. Like, the emotional beats hit pretty hard. The character writing is really dang good. The the cinematography in it, the directing, the music, the CGI is there. No, the CGI is good, although it's like... Honestly, it's a little bit hard to talk about the CGI, because I don't know how much they did of the movie, practical, whatever, I can't speak. It's just such a good movie! It's so good! It's really incredible! This very, very good movie. Very, very, very good movie. The Batman is my favorite movie I saw in 2022. I think my cat catched a mouse. I'll be right back. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so the Batman is just a really solid, like, really good movie, and I really, 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 really like it. I think it's, like, my favorite movie I saw in, 2022. Like, bar none, really. I don't think there's, like... You know, it's not, you know, as I have to say with all of these movies, it's not a perfect movie, but I like it a lot. The movie is not for everyone, but it is for me, so... You know. Okay. That, right there, is the list. Here's the list of every single movie I saw in 2022. This is the final list. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's quickly, overall, it looks like you had a pretty decent 2022 in terms of movies. Yeah! Yeah, sorry for that voice crack. Yeah, it was... I watched quite a few good movies. Let me quickly go over it to see if, I missed anything. Or, like, if I placed anything, if I want to edit anything. You know what? No, I think this is, I think this is all good. I don't think, I think maybe Encanto... Nah, I'll keep Encanto there, because Finding Nemo is a really good movie. I don't think Finding Nemo goes below it. Let's see... yeah, no, I think this is all good. Yeah, I think this is a good list. Well, maybe it's not a good list. Maybe my opinions are not very good, but I think this is what I truly feel about all these movies. And I'm not I'm not afraid to say that. So, he was playing with the mouse and it ran away, so now... Oh, jeez. That's not good. I'm sorry. That's not very good. Okay, so... Overall... I think this is good. I think this is good. I don't think I need to make any changes, really. How long have I been going on? 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's pretty long. I think I'm gonna start wrapping up for the day. So, yeah. That was fun. I'm very excited to get back into streaming, but here we go. So, thank you all for coming. It's been a lot of fun doing this stream, getting back into streaming and everything. I'm very, very glad that I'm finally back into it, because I have been doing nothing like streaming related really for a long time, and I'm very glad that I am now back into it. Next stream, I think I'm gonna play more Celeste. I think I'm gonna finish up Celeste, next stream. So look forward to that, because I'm gonna look forward to that, because that game was fun, and then I just forgot to play it. But Celeste do be good. Celeste do be good. What else? Hold on. Actually, I'm going to quickly show the games. I'm aiming to play this year again. So, we got Bloons, Halo, Hades, the Sonic Frontiers updates, Everhood, A Short Hike, Ape Escape, Sonic Adventure, The Sims 4, and Celeste. These are just like the general games I want to play this year. So I'm gonna finish up Celeste, and then after I do Celeste, I'm going to see what else, I guess, to do. I'll see what other games I'll play. Thank you for coming, y'all. I'm glad that, like, people showed up. That is kind of a sad thing to say. I just realized. Thanks for stream, thank you for coming! So, yeah, I don't really have much more to say, actually. Bye, y'all! Have a good day, /week, /month, /whatever. Who should we raid? I only have one I only have one viewer, so I'm not gonna raid anyone. Alright, well, bye! That was a sad bye. Bye! That's also, yeah, whatever, just bye.